second video of the minute. It's the Red Pill Diary. And have you ever noticed around the world, we had about 100 years ago we had 2 billion people, now we have near to 8 billion people. And yet we have around about the same amount of countries, not that many more than we had 100 years ago. And if you look at unions like the UK and the USA and the former USSR and the UAE and the EU, it's almost like what they're trying to do is consolidate and make less and less countries, which means less and less people control over more and more people. This is the reason why they're trying to make a thing against the word. You notice they try to alienate certain words in the English language. The word they try to alienate right now is nationalism. Let's link that together with Hitler, right? And what they're trying to do is they're trying to propagandize a word to make it look like it's something negative when it's actually not. Like patriotism, bad or good? Well, waving a flag around is kind of stupid. It's kind of groupthink, right? Because it's kind of dumb. Nationalism, well, that could be that you're proud of where you're from. It can be that we are the stewards of the land around us. We've got to look after the animals, the trees, all that sort of stuff. We're making decisions for things that directly affect us and we can see are affected, even if they don't affect us. Like burning down the forest. It might not affect us directly if our house is not in the path of it, but my friend's just signaling me here. But what it does is, we're the smartest creature apparently. It's our job to look after the environment, everything around us. We can already see all around the world when Washington calls the shots, they don't really give a shit about most of the states. When Westminster calls the shots in the UK, they don't give a shit about most of Wales and most of Northern England. Most of England, to be honest with you, outside of London, they don't really care about. And I'm sure it was the same, well, I know it was the same during the days of the USSR. Where, the rules came from Moscow. They didn't really care if someone was starving to death in Hungary or anywhere else in the bread baskets like Bulgaria. So I see these unions as inherently evil. They are centralization of power for people that think they're demigods who control the rest of us. And that is why I think they're trying to draw parallels to this Nazism. Like, so for example, the Scottish nationalism. Oh, you're a Scottish nationalist. Well, look at those people. The same people now are like, we don't want to be in Brexit. Oh, stuff off Europe. They are UK nationalists. It's not. You can call it the same thing. They're a Brit nat. No difference. The thing is, they've just chosen the level of control they want. Like, we want to be ruled by the Queen and that horrible grotty woman. What's her face? Theresa May. Or it could be something else. I wouldn't say a man, but it's just some different creature. So anyway, my point being is that don't let them tell us that we need to be controlled by centralized power structures, because those power structures have already failed, right? Those power structures are the things that brought in things like, let's say, the immigrant crisis that we have. Well, let's look further back, the immigrant crisis that was created by us. Why were we there? We were there because Saddam Hussein wanted to use our money, European money. We should have been like, yeah, go Saddam Hussein, you want to use our money. No, big brother America, even though they're smaller than us, they want us to say that, let's go bomb him, and let's go bomb Gaddafi. And that was actually against our own self-interest. Now we're seeing that it is because of the situation. But was that engineered, that situation? Because now, look who's really benefiting. Well, who was due to benefit, which was the elite. The ones who happen to be in control. Another thing about the elite, I have to say, I'm just going to split this one off here. There are super rich elite. I'm not against all elite people. I'm not against all rich. I'm quite wealthy myself. In a certain percentile of Earth. I'm not just saying that. I'm not saying let's forgive them just because I'm not the bottom 10%. But I think it's about, if you look at someone, it's all really about their intent. If you intently, or say intently ignore the truth. Let's say, for example, you know that your dad's a mass murderer and you're making money off the killings. You're pretty sure you know what he does, but you just turn a blind eye to it. I suppose like the movie Lord of War. you know, with Nick Cage. Same kind of thing. You know, you can pretend all innocent you want. I didn't know, but you do know, right? Well, in the case where people are just wealthy and they're making money off of nothing but good ideas, I've got nothing against that. I don't think anyone does. I don't think any of these anti-capitalists have got anything against that either. I think what they've got against is people making money off the back of other people. Like, in other words, enslaving 1,000 people so that you can make a buck. And we've got laws against enslavement, yet people still practice it, wrangling laws and business rules and all this sort of crap to effectively get things for free. Take the USA, for example. It's quite common there for people to build a building, get a contractor in, get 12 contractors in, and then basically take them all to court in a small claims court because it only costs $50 or something. You've lodged the case first, therefore you're going to get believed. You're not on the back foot like the person being charged is. Yet those courts will watch you raising all these charges, know that you're the scumbag, still allow you to do it. Something's wrong with the law. The law is there to serve the evil people, the people who are the scumbags. This is why we're getting this. If you look at it, that's a microcosm. You know, if you look at it in a macro way, like zoom out, the same kind of things are happening. It's the people who are not exerting effort who are making the spoils. You know what I mean? It's the people who are not going to war who are getting the spoils of war. It's the people who send your kids to war who are getting the spoils of war. So I just wanted to kind of point that stuff out. Also, I'm moving off of YouTube. It's a waste. I can't support a platform that's so fascist. And the same as Facebook. I'll be moving off of Facebook and YouTube and Twitter. I'm moving on to Minds. I'm going to try out BitChute and BitTube, the two of them in parallel. So this will be my last video, if not one of my last, if not my last video. I'll probably do another Scam Assassin one, and that's about it. Yeah. And you need to lead by example in this world, and I think that more of us need to be doing this. There's a lot of big YouTubers out there. Like, I would love it if someone like PewDiePie, for example, I know he's the biggest on there, but could you imagine if he told everyone to move to BitTube now? What a difference it could make in this world, you know, especially the fact that he's a little bit of a red pillar anyway. So, I mean, just, you know, it's not all about the money. Anyway, I think more people should do it. It's good to see Sandman, some of the MGTOW guys going on to that platform. BitChute, most of them go to. But I think BitTube's, in my opinion, looks a little bit better. That's what I'll be doing. Yeah, it's all about just choosing the platforms we use. Don't feed the animals. You know, I mean, don't feed the evil animals. I know I'm going to get off. I suppose I'm not acting a bit. Okay, I had to drink a whole bunch of liquor before I came to the border because they had that rule, the 500 milliliter rule. Even though they give you a bag that's like can hold a liter of liquid, it's just kind of retarded. See, it's all about moving the goalposts all the time. Like, oh, quick, look, that happened. Let's take this control. What if they'll probably have a chemical that inside someone's blood in the future, and they can actually make a person explode. What are they going to do? Right, you're going to have to go on a big blood cleansing thing before you go on every flight and take these pills. You know. It gets to a certain point, we could say, right, we could keep on changing these rules, or we could stop bombing other countries and stop being cunts. Stop raping, pillaging, and stealing, and, you know, stop stealing people's land, stealing the resources. If we stopped doing that, we wouldn't have these scenarios. This is cause and effect, and what we're doing is creating more cause and expecting less effect. Anyway, that's about it. I'm going to get off by... Oh, this is Iceland, by the way, Reykjavik Airport. See ya.